And on the right, definitely not making their 90s MTG debut, one of our regulars, Dave Kaplan. On Grixis. Verdant Catacombs past the turn.
Flooded Strand, your turn.
Flooded Strand pass from Dave. All right, just some land drops so far from Infect. Is Drakkar John in the chat? Or is that somebody else? Yeah, there's been some... Okay, that's not John. There's been some Legolas quick reflexes getting jammed at the locals already. And so far the card's looking legit. From what I understand, I haven't played with it or against it just yet. Dave, of course, with a beautiful 90s Magic official hoodie. And go find our links. Go get the hoodie, everybody. Go get a hoodie. It's getting chilly.
Yeah.
Orcish Bowmasters on the stack.
Blue. Bring back my days.
Floating a blue and dazing Bowmaster.
Yeah.
It's Juris. Non-creature homeland. Interesting. You can only target one, which is important.
Good. You want to crack the pedals on the left?
Yes. Okay, drop. Yep. I'll pass.
Drop pass. Bowmaster number 2.
And set trigger for the passageways.
I don't know if the players coming to sit down for this match, if they knew what each other were on. So it's not clear to me at this point if Dave knows that he's playing against Infect, something to take note of. Adam enjoying seeing Delver's players get dazed.
My upkeep.
Okay, go into the upkeep, wasting Trop. Drop down.
I'll play Windswept Heath, then I'll pass.
Windswept Heath passed. At this point in the game, if you're Dave, let's just assume for a moment we are Dave and... Okay, Dave is in the chat saying, I did not know what my opponent is on. Based on what we've seen so far, we've seen a Daze and 4 lands that produce green to some extent. What do you think you're playing against at this point? Does anybody have a take on that? What would you think you're up against? Would you think this was some kind of a control deck? What would you be thinking right now? All right, here's another Bowmaster. 3 Bowmasters already in this game. 2/2 army now.
14, 16.
Attacking for 4, down to 12. Maybe Bug Delver, potentially. Probably not control because of the days, right? Yeah. Yeah, I think I'd be a little bit confused what I'm up against at this point. It's not really clear. Slowest Allurance start. Yeah. I probably would be thinking like this has to be some kind of brew or combo or people are thinking beanstalk. I mean, if it were Delver, most of the fetches would be, if it was Bug Delver, most of the fetches would be blue based, right? So this would be like Misty Rainforests and a Flooded Strand on the battlefield.
3 cards left.
The deck appears to be green focused, but is running Daze. There's a Delver for Kaplan.
I take 8. I go 6.
Mishra's Bauble. Maybe Dave will do the Bauble Delver thing on next upkeep. That'll be exciting to watch.
My people double fetch.
All right, a double fetch now for John. And maybe things will start to get more clear. Double Trop. This could also be some kind of like Omnitel deck or something. Is my opponent about to cast Eureka? Is what I'd be thinking at this point. I don't know.
That's why I like. I said the question.
Yeah, Dave is in the chat saying this just looked like a brew. Noble Hierarch. Pass. Yeah, I'd be pretty confused after game 1 and probably would have sideboarded completely incorrectly. At least compared to what you would sideboard if you knew you were definitely against Infect, let's say. Whatever is on stream ends up on YouTube, Conwick is asking. Not everything, but some stuff ends up on YouTube publicly. The rest stays for our members. So if you're enjoying 90s MTG on YouTube and you want more, there is a lot more to watch as a member. Hit join on our YouTube channel, or you become a member on Twitch for free if you have Amazon Prime. We also have a Patreon and a coffee page. And there's a lot of bonus stuff on there. All right, Delver pass from Dave.
Position agent doesn't mean you're getting
You know, when Max Dorsey things went well with the deck last year,
Brainstorm. That's good.
I'm gonna try it. Right?
I'll play Inkmoth Nexus.
Inkmoth Nexus, the first hint at what the heck is going on. And now I would assume Dave's mind is starting to figure this out. Brainstorm flips over Insectile Aberration. Yeah, that's a pretty big hint right there, I would say. There's a Wasteland. Pretty good at stopping Inkmoth. Attacking with Delver.
Oh, that was your deck?
Trigger.
Could also be Hardened Scales, yeah. All right, here's a Ponder for Dave. Light Confidant says, I feel like Infect has a tough time in this meta. What makes you say that, Light Confidant? I'm curious.
Yeah, I think so.
Bowmasters? Wasteland, Bowmasters Days?
Okay, that's fine. Yeah.
I'm going to tap to animate this.
I have 2 mana.
Wait, no. I'm going to tap itself to animate it.
I'm gonna take a look.
And then I'm going to tap this for green. And I'm going to, like, this is quick reflexes. It says split second.
Okay, so Legolas's quick reflexes targeting the now animated ink moth in response to Wasteland.
So it untaps itself. Draw.
Wonderful, no cards with that name found. Thanks, MTG bot, for nothing.
I'll go to combat. Yep. Attack. Exalted trigger. When this taps.
Wait a second, wasn't the ink moth already tapped?
Yeah.
So this becomes a 2/2, and then I get to deal 2 damage to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. There's a lot. There's a lot going on.
I'm not sure. Oh, Legolas untaps it. Yeah, that's right. Legolas untaps it. New card. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah.
Attacking. Yeah, attacking, Delver dies, and then 2 infect damage to you.
Yep.
Trigger for the initiative.
All right, 2 poison for Kaplan here. Warfox, thanks for the sub with Prime. Appreciate that.
Brainstorm.
Now a brainstorm for John. Thank you, Adam, for getting the text up on the screen. Appreciate it. It has split second, untap target creature. Until end of turn, it gains hexproof reach, and whenever this creature becomes tapped, it deals damage equal to its power to up to 1 target creature. Thank you, Adam. That's Legolas's quick reflexes, the card that was just cast earlier.
That's fine.
On this turn.
I'll play Averted Catacombs.
Yeah, I'll go to 3. Yeah.
I'll pass to you.
Yeah.
All right, so a little bit of a blowout, trying to wasteland the ink moth. Legolas's quick reflexes turned that around, eliminated a Delver. And Dave got 2 poison out of it. I think with new cards, you learn these lessons once. Not that Dave necessarily made a wrong play, but maybe Dave was not thinking about that card in that moment, and maybe now in the future he will. All right, so here's Daze on Bowmaster, trying to save Noble Hierarch potentially, pass the turn.
I'll fetch my upkeep.
Fetching on upkeep, getting a trop. All right, this is going to be a scary turn. Kaplan has some cards in hand, though, maybe some counter magic to stop stuff like Embiggen or Become Immense or Berserk or whatever the heck. But we'll see.
It's like flooded though, because I'm only running 20.
So there's an Infect creature ready to go in Ink Moth. There's a Brainstorm for John.
I just brought in like stuff.
Yeah, I brought this. I thought it was a fun card.
Yeah.
It seems like it'd be really cool.
If you can power it out with fast mana, then it's just like.
Yeah.
Like I was thinking about
One step.
Force of Will the ritual because you could. I thought you were going to go because you got 5 mana. I thought you.
So there'll be an Exalted Trigger at minimum. Dave has 2 poison. The D6 placed next to the phone. The little orange one is the poison count right now. Okay, Misty Rainforest cracked, finding a Savannah.
I actually took out I took out the Shelly EX because you have so much to like build with, so I just like, you know, I'll take a turn. Yeah. I wanted to go
Tap this, animate this. Go to combat, exalted trigger. 2.
Yeah, bubble something like that. I kept
All right, just 2 poison this turn. Kaplan up to 4 poison counters.
if I would have done that, I would have to maybe take out Bowmasters for the op agent, so it would have been a little interesting. It was 4 Shellys.
is okay if I have an
Yeah.
but in the early game, like going like this and this, and then you just go like
Dragon's Rage Channeler. Doesn't look like Dave has Delirium, but maybe is about to get it. Ponder Surveil. Force of Will into the yard. That turns on Delirium. It looks like instant sorcery creature land. So Dragon's Rage Channeler could protect Dave a bit here.
So when I've had when tempo, it usually backfires on my opponents. I'm guessing maybe
3/3 flyer. After this turn, it will have to attack. Wasteland on Ink Moth this time will work. So no Infect creatures on the board now. The Noble Hierarch is the creature stuck in the glare a little bit on John's side.
that and just having the action flash in, like I could just pass it
I'll play Pendlehaven.
Pendlehaven, what year is it? Blighted Agent. One of the original Infect creatures. Bauble Surveil.
what was interesting to my game plan. I was like, okay, so that actually slowed me down quite a bit. And what was using
Results.
So I realized it
To
was
your face.
Yes, but brainstorm still works.
Yes.
Right, so I go to.
You are at fine.
Right.
especially against combo.
Pendlehaven's fun. All right, Dragon's Rage Channeler has to attack this time.
Because there's no way to really fairly vary. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 will go on the card. Okay. 1, 2, and then these two. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
This Blighted Agent is a bit scary, can't be blocked.
So then this and this. Yeah. The problem is that now
Brainstorm Surveil.
You'll get 3 triggers.
yeah, I got a 1. Yeah.
Leaving it on top, that's a good sign for Dave. Something on top was exactly what Dave was looking for. You'll see these Delver decks just milling cards off Surveil throughout the game. Most of the time, it seems they mill.
It's gonna be. It's still in the middle of a brainstorm.
Yeah, unless you can kill it.
All right, in the middle of resolving a brainstorm, taking a glance at John's graveyard. Maybe a surgical was drawn. Potentially.
I want one free drop.
Just to your. Actually, it wasn't gonna matter because this gives you the ability to cast this at instant speed. So you could have maybe it didn't matter this game.
Oh, the triggers are still on.
You could have left them on the stack and then like edge and do something. I don't know, like maybe it didn't matter here, but just for future reference, you know. Yeah.
Because the Oracle is in my hand as the Master triggers.
Exactly.
Can you? No, they're already targeted once they go on the stack, right? So you couldn't just kill the Oracle.
No, I can't because brainstorm result.
Moments like this, I wish we had hand cams, but we don't.
Triggers on the stack. Slam this.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, like I had to go for it. But yeah, there was no way of me.
Well, do you want to know how?
Blighted Agents could get punked by Pendlehaven before Exalted. So at 4 poison now, it's not a big stretch with a pump spell to say that Dave could receive lethal poison on an attack next turn. So Dave likely trying to set up some kind of defense here.
Okay, gotcha. And this is my defense against this naming Oracle.
Yeah, Mayor Adams is keeping track of everything going on with Magic tournaments in the New York City area. Pyroblast on Blighted Agent. Surveil.
Wasteland, no. That's good. I basically have this.
Looks like John's not going to respond to that. Just letting Blooded Agent hit the trash. Pass the turn. Drawing off Mishra's Bauble.
I wasn't sure if that was my main priority. I'm like, I either need to combo you out.
So no way to protect the Blooded Agent there is interesting. Passing the turn now is John.
Alluring in general has more than cards against me. I was shocked by that.
3 power, Delirious, Dragon's Rage Challenger gets an attack in successfully. Here's Murktide Regent. Murktide, everybody. Card's too good. Looks like it will be full size. Maybe not. Trying to maintain Delirium, I guess. 7/7.
Really not basic lands. Yeah,
I kept like an like some lands, and I still
Competitive stuff, yeah.
build it back up. This is what I don't know if this is. So I was like, alright, let me stop the occasional rock.
Okay, maintaining Delirium and making an 8/8 Murktide. Creature, artifact, sorcery, land. Still in the grave.
Difficult for me to. It almost got my days in this.
So lethal on board for Dave. Flying Noble Hierarch can't chump. Swords on Murktide.
I was trying to keep it very creature heavy. But today I was like, alright, like every week I come to the store, I eat all the fair decks, all the 4-color stuff.
Force pitching Spell Pierce.